सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानाम् अग्रे पश्यामि तेजो निबिडतरकला यावली लोभनीयं पीयूषाप्लावितोऽहं तदुतरे दिव्यकैशोरवेशं तारुण्यारम्भरम्यं परमसुखरसास्वाद रोमाञ्चिताङ्गैः आवीतं नारदाद्यैः विलसदुपनिषत् सुन्दरी मण्डलैश्च
Gurupavanapure Hantabhagyam Jananam. Namaskaram to all the Astikas. Venu Gopala, Venu Gana. Krishna chose this instrument, probably I would say the luckiest of instruments, for it had the fortune of tasting Krishna's adharam. Meanwhile, the Gopikas threes of Vrindavanam were extremely infatuated to Krishna. Their attraction to Krishna and their attraction to the Venu Galam of Krishna is what is discussed here. Marabana Dhuta Khechari Kulam Nirvikara Pashu Pakshi Mandalam Dravanam cha Drishadamapi Prabho Tavakam Vyajani Venu Kujitam. Hey Prabho, the one who is pervaded everywhere, Tavakam Venu Kujitam Vyajani. The music strains that were coming from your Venu, from your instrument, Marabana Dhuta Khechari Kulam, it looked as if Mara, that is Kandarpa, Kama, the god of love, Shringaram, Cupid, he was striking arrows at their hearts. Marabana Dhuta Khechari Kulam. So these Khechari Kulam, this entire multitude of the group of damsels, these beautiful Gopikas threes, Dhuta Khechari Kulam, they were extremely tormented with the shafts of Cupid's arrows that were left from his Ikshubanam. Marabana Dhuta Khechari Kulam, Nirvikara Pashu Pakshi Mandalam. So much so was that Venuganam that it was consumed by the birds and animals, and they were also rendered motionless. They did not move. Alvar says, Karavenangal Shaviyattagillave. The cows and the calves that were busy grazing stopped. And they were just like this. Their ears did not move. Their body did not move. Their eyes did not wink. So, Nirvikara Pashu Pakshi Mandalam Dravanam cha api Drishadam. That music was so strong, shedding that love, or probably spreading that love. So much so that api drishadam dravanam, it would make even the rocks melt. That strong was that music and so beautiful. Dravanam cha api drishadam. Venu randhra taralanguli dalam tala sanchalita pada pallavam tatasthitam tava parokshamapyaho samvichintya mumuhur vrajanganaha. Venu Randhra Tarala Anguli Dalam. Those fingers that were moving softly over the holes of the Venu, Anguli Dalam, Tarala Venu Randhra, Tala Sancharita Pada Pallavam, those feet that kept moving with a certain rhythm, as they would tap. Tala Sanchalita Pada Pallavam. So that tapping of the feet. Tava Tat Sthitam Paroksham Api. Though this posture, see, Krishna was standing under the shade of this tree, Snigdha Chaya. And these women were in their houses. All they could do is Dura Duratam. Though it was played at a distance, they could listen to the music. Just by listening, Tava Tatassthitam Parokshamapi. Though your music was heard, but you were Paroksham, you were not to be seen. Vrajanganaha Samvichintya. The Gopikas trees immediately visualized in their mind your presence. See, they heard. The hearing was true, but they couldn't see you because you were elsewhere. But with that, since they have seen you day in and day out, especially in the morning, in the evening, they could visualize your beautiful countenance with those curly hair tresses, with the beautiful flute, with that bent body, Tribhangam under the shade of a tree, playing the flute. They could visualize all of this. Vrajanganaha samvichintya mumuhu aho. What? And they were into a state of ecstasy. So he says mumuhu. So they were in that state of joy. Oh, what a wonder, how beautiful that sight looked. Here is where the commentator in Balabodhani as well as in Bhakta Ranjani deploys two verses. One is of Krishna Karnamritam that explains Krishna's beauty. Angulyagraya runa kiranai mukta sanruddharandram varam varam vadanamaruta venuma purayantam vyatyastangrim vikacha kamalachaya vistaranetram vande vrindavana sucharitam nanda gopala sunum. Similarly, in Bhagavatam, Shukabrahmam says, Barha pidam natavara vapukarna yokarnikaram bibhradvasaha kanakakapisham vaijayantim chamalam randhran venoho adhara sudhaya purayan gopabrindaihi vrindaranyam swapadaramanam pravishad gita kirtihi. So as they describe Krishna's beauty, the women being attracted, he continues. Bhaṭṭatiri says, Nirvishanka bhavadanga darshanihi khechari khagamrigan pashunapi tvatpada pranayikananam chadaha dhanya dhanyamiti nanvamanayan taha nanu amanayan. Those Gopikastris indeed considered khecharihi, those the Devaloka Apsarastri. So they are called Kecharis. So Kechari, because they all go in a higher altitude, right? They are able to go there. So they are all called as Apsarastris or Kecharis. Kagamrigan, Pashunapi, even the birds that fly, the animals that roam around, all of them, and even Pashuna api, even the cows. Nirvishanka Bhavadanga Darshanihi, they all had an unrestricted darshanam of your divine form. So your divine form was visible to all of them. Bhavadanga Darshanihi Kananam cha Tvarpada Pranayi. In that particular forest, which had association of your feet, because Krishna was walking mandam mandam madhura ninadair venuma purayantam vrindam vrindavanu bhumikavam charayantam charantam chando bhage shatamakam makadvamsina danavanam hantarantam kathaya rasane gopakanya bhujangam. So he says kananam cha tvat pada pranayi. So that forest had association with your feet. The birds and the animals had an association with your form because they could see it. So were the celestials, the Apsarastris. Dhanya dhanyam iti. This was very fortunate. So the Gopikastris indeed considered the greatness associated with the Apsarastris, the animals, the birds, and all of them, because they all had an association with Krishna. They could all see Krishna. Apibeya madharamritam kada venu bhukta rasaseshagme kada Durato batakritam durashayet yakula muhurimaha samamuhan kada aham apibeyam. When am I going to drink? When am I going to consume? Ekada adharamritam, even once the nectar of his lips. So adharamritam, adharam madhuram says Vallabhacharya, right? Adharamritam venu bhukta rasa sesham, left after the flute has consumed. See, the flute is the first recipient of that adharamritam. Whatever is left after the flute is consumed, venu bhukta rasa sesham. the balance that comes after the Venu has tasted it. Butter, kritam durataha durashaya, enough of those far-fetched illusion. He says, durataha durashaya iti imaha akulaha. So that far-fetched vision, enough of this. Now telling this again, iti imaha akulaha, the Gopikas, trees who were overcome by affection, love, muhuhu samamuhan, again and again they were in great distress. This by thinking. See, initially their minds went behind Krishna, they could see the form of Krishna, all that is there. They wanted the adhara amrita rasa sesham, all of that is there. But still they were in distress, because that is what love does. Virahatapam does. Pratyaham cha punarithamanganaschitayoni janitad anugrahar bardharaga vivashatvai prabho nityamapuriha kritya mudhatam prabho anugrahat. Hey Bhagavan Prabho, the one who controls all of us, anugrahat, by your grace, chittayoni janitat, generated by Cupid, the god of love, punaha pratyaham cha itham, again and again by this manner. There was a certain manner in which the god of love acted. Anganaha baddha raga vivashaha, and those Gopikas, trees who were overcome by love for you, that bonding of love. So he says, baddha raga vivashaha, that is their state. Baddha raga is love. So anganaha, those women folk, because of baddha raga, caught by love, nityam tvai, that to love towards you, nobody else. Tvai apuhu iha, attained here, this particular state. Kritya mudhatam, a state of embarrassment, of not knowing. See, they had crossed all that worldly realms of understanding, and their association was only with Krishna. So true was their love. Ragasthavajjayate hi swabhavar mokshopayo yatnatasyatnavasyar tasam tvekam tadvayam labdhamasit bhagyam pahivata alayesha. Ragaha jayatehi. Ragaha, I told you, ragaha means love. Ragaha, when will that ragaha come? Jayatehi, it comes. Swabhavat tavat, it comes naturally to all human beings. Now don't ask if a lion is has love on a goat. In Swajati, in the same jati, in whichever jati we are born to, in the Narajati, there will be a love that naturally comes to all of us. Same is the case within the animal community. So, ragaha jayatehi, swabhavat tavat, it comes naturally to all beings. Then, mokshopayaha syat. Well, second level he takes. Mokshopayaha, upayaha, the means to moksham, from where there is no return. Mokshopayaha syat, yatnataha navasyat. It may come with great effort or it may not. So, for example, bhakti yoga, a lot of effort has to be put. So, there is effort to get moksha. You take Sharanagati compared to Bhakti Yoga is fairly simpler, because you do unconditional surrender through the Acharya to the feet of Divya Dampati. So it is fairly simpler. Yatnataha navasyat. So the effort or the way to moksham may come with great effort or may not come. Love to all beings around you of the same jati comes naturally. Two things he has said. Tasam tu tat dvayam, for the Gopikas trees. Now we have been discussing Gopikas trees. Gopikas trees were infatuated. Gopikas trees kept looking to the path where Krishna has gone to the forest. Gopikas trees imagined the form of Krishna playing the flute. Gopikas trees had so much of love for Krishna. So we are seeing with respect to Gopikas trees. So he says, Tasam tu tat dvayam, but for Gopikas trees, tu tat dvayam. Both of these, Asit labdham yekam, were attained together. What does it mean? See, generally it is said by great Siddhantavadis that if you have too much of love, there is no way to moksha, because you have attachment. When you have a detached life, you seem to detach yourself from all material pleasures, you may not be interested in love. But for Gopikas trees, they were extremely attached to Krishna. There was intense, immense love towards Krishna. But at the same time, mokshopayam was very easy for them because the one who they love is the one who grants moksham. So it was combined, the two were combined in one. So they had the best of both worlds. Tasam tu tatudvayam asit labdham ekam. They were attained together. Bhagyam, bhagyam. Thereby, how fortunate are these Gopikastris amongst the fortunate people? Imagine a group of fortunate and unfortunate people. You can point out and say, this man is relatively fortunate. Imagine you make a list of all fortunate people in this world. Gopikastris will top it them also. They are Bhagyam Bhagyam, the fortunate of the fortunate people. Bhagyam Bhagyam, Vatalayesha Pahi, Hey Krishna of Guruvayur. They were so fortunate. All that I'm asking is protect me. Take all these ailments from me, says Bhaṭṭatiri, this Dashakam.
Life is a learning. Every day is a learning. So why stop? We are very happy to present Ramayana Pariksha RAP 2025. This is being organized by our trust Deshikadaya. It is an online examination. All that you have to do is to read the book Ramayanam Volume 1 that I have authored, and 2, register for the exam. It is happening on the 22nd of June 2025. Exciting prizes, and the biggest prize is reading the Ramayana and answering the questions. Age no bar, geography no bar. So why stop? Register soon. Namaskar.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादि दिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते नारायण 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 नारायण